Hello everyone and welcome back. So in this video we are going to explore the power of container widget. So before getting started with container widget, first let us modify a little bit of our project structure. So inside our lib folder, create a directory named basic widgets. So from now onwards, whatever the widget that we are going to learn, we are going to store its specific file inside this basic widgets folder. Okay. So currently I have created one Dart file named container widget. Okay. And in our previous video, we have created one class named my homepage inside our main.dart file. So just cut that particular class from there and paste it in this container widget file. Okay. And over here, first of all, import this material.dart package. Okay. So for all the errors will be gone. Now after that, all the previous code of our scaffold widget widget should be removed. Okay, just remove it for our simplicity of understanding. Only keep the part of application bar attribute. Okay, and inside its body just return a empty container widget. Now one more change in main.dart file is, now that our my homepage class is gone from here, so it will be showing you a red line over here. Just click on this and press Alt Enter and it will give you the option of import that particular file. So import it from this particular file. Okay. Now over here, click on your project and right click and create a new directory. And I have created a directory named assets. Now inside this assets, I have stored 4 images. Okay, go to your pubspec.yaml file and under the asset section just uncommented. So just click 2 times delete button over here. Okay, again press 2 times delete button over here, and this time simply remove this line and write our assets folder name and press a / so all the materials or all the content of this particular folder will be imported for our application. And after this, click on this asset and click on the pub.get link button. So by doing this, it will import all the images from this particular folder for our application, which will be ready to use. Okay. So as you can see that all the images have been imported. Now after this, just close all these files, even the main.dart one, and over here we'll go back to our container.widget.dart file. Here we are having one alert of that our pubspec has been modified. So yeah, we have modified it and we have also imported the dependency. So we'll simply click on the ignore button. Now over here we will create a container. So first let us say we provide it some color. So you can provide any colors from this given range. So let us give it a color of, let's say, green. Okay, now you can also provide some size, okay, height and width to your container as well. So let us provide it's a height of 150 as well as a width of 150. Okay, and simply hot reload it. So as you can see that whenever you are passing any widget inside the body attribute of your scaffold, it will always take place on the top right corner. Okay, so if you want to show it on the center, then simply just click on this container button and wrap it with the center widget, and again hot reload it. So now our container is center. Now our container is placed in center. Now we'll explore other properties. Now the another property of container is child. Okay, so this widget can only have one child. To lay out multiple children, let's that widget child will be a widget such as row, column or stack which have a children property, or you can also provide some another container or text as well. Okay, so for right now we are going to provide some text and we are going to name it hello world. Okay, add a constant modifier, just hot reload it. So you can see it is placed on the top left corner. Now we can use the alignment property of the containers. Okay, so this property will help you to align the child widgets of our container. Now the alignment property takes an alignment widget with two parameters x and y. Okay, so x and y indicates the axis. So if I write alignment and over here use the alignment and we'll pass 0.0. This will indicate the center. These are the center coordinates of our container widget. So as you can see, now our hello world is just in the center of our containers. Always remember that the alignment for x-axis starts from -1 to +1, and similarly the axis for y, and similarly the x-axis also contains the range of coordinates between -1 to +1. So if I make this x-axis, let's say -1, okay, so what will be the output? It will be to the left side, but in the center of y-axis. Okay, but similarly if we make our y-axis negative as well, so this will be on the top left corner. So you can explore all the different combination of x and y-axis between the range of -1 to +1 to showcase your or to align your child widgets inside your container. Okay, now we are going to explore the constraints property of a container. Now a constraint is just a property specifying the size or a space a widget can take up. Most of the widgets and UI can be built by using simple box constraint. A box constraint only cares about minimum width, minimum height and maximum height. So now what we have done, we have provided one more container as a child of our previous container. Okay, and here we have used its constraints property. Now this constraint, as I have told earlier, will take box constraint, and box constraint only cares about the minimum and maximum height width and minimum and maximum height. Okay, so just hot reload it. So now you can see that we are having two containers, one which is outside, okay, which is a child of center widget, which is covering all the screen, okay, which is of blue color, and second container is its child, which is of green container with some specific constraints, okay, with maximum height and width. So as we know before, if the container widget has no children, it will automatically fill the given area on the screen. And because we have a max width and max height, so the container will fill only the area size of the maximum width and maximum height. Now let us add a text widget to the container. Okay, so over here we'll provide it some child text, a child, and it will be a text, let's say welcome to the Flutter world. Okay, now you can see that because there is a child in the container, it will wrap the height and width of the given child element, and because we have a minimum width and height, so it will take the size given in the box constraints, which is 150 by 150. Now let's try with a long text. Okay, and we will also provide it some style. So as you can see that whenever we are even adding a long text, so our container is able to earn its size according to the given text. Okay. Now our next property is margin property. A margin is just a property specifying to add empty space to surround of the container using an edge inset constant value. Okay. So margin is generally used between two widgets. Okay. So if you want a space between previous container and this container, then you use margin. So here we have used margin and we have used and we have provided it the space using the h instance property. Okay, and we have provided a space of 30%. Okay, if you want to change it or if you want to make it 50, then you can even see that now the margin between both the container has been increased. Now if you want to provide symmetrical margins, like using like in the concept of vertical and horizontal offsets, then you can use edge insets dot symmetric. Okay, here you have to specify the vertical, and here you have to specify the margin for vertical and horizontal, as you can see over here. So for vertical we will supply, let's say 20, and for horizontal we will use 50. Okay, and hot reload it. So now you can see that the vertical margin is having 20 and the horizontal are 50. Similarly, you can use the other attribute of edge insets, which is edge insets dot from LTRB, which indicates left, top, right, bottom. Okay, so for left let's say 20, for top let's say 50, for right let's say 10, and from bottom let's say 80. And now if we hot reload it, so you can see the relative changes according to the margin values that we have provided. From left we are having 20% margin, and from right we are having 10. From above we are having 50, and from bottom we are having 80%. Okay. Now we will see the padding attribute. A padding is just a property specifying to add empty space to inside the container using an edge insert constant value, just same as the margin. So margin is used between two to increase the space for two objects. Okay, but padding is used to provide space between two objects inside the same container. Okay, so like if I provide some text inside this container as a child, and now if I use the padding property, again we can use the padding property using the edge insets. Okay, and from all sides I want to provide the padding, and it should be 20. Now if we hot reload it, so as you can see over here, it has changed. Okay, the container has taken the space according to the text provided to it, and you can see the visible padding, that is space among the text and the container. Okay, now there are other properties of container as well, which is decoration. Okay, now the another property of container is decoration, which provides you the different options for adding some image or border and border radius to your container to make it more beautiful. So earlier we have imported our assets. Okay, so first delete the child container. Okay, and inside this container we'll have the decoration property. Now this decoration takes a box decoration widget. It will provide you the property of image, and this image will take a decoration image property, and inside it will have a image attribute. So here we are using an asset image, so that's why we have called asset image method. Okay, and here pass the name of your asset image, and also use the name of your asset folder. Okay, and also we have provided some height and width to our container. Okay, now this decoration image is also having different properties like repeat. Okay, if you want to repeat an image or not, and the fit. So this fit attribute is generally how the image should be inscribed into the box. Okay, so the other properties are box, fit, dot contain, cover, fill, height and width. These are the other attributes that you can explore on your own. Okay, So contain, so it is not giving you much changed. Okay, let's just say if we increase the height, okay, again there is no much change. If we make it fill, so now you can see it is changed. The image is fitting inside our container according to the fill value. Okay, so what fill does, that it will fill the target box by distorting the source aspect ratio. Now if we'll see fit according to the height, so as you can see most of the ratio of the image has been cropped, but it has been fitted according to the height. Similarly, if you want to fit according to the width, you can again say it like this, it has fitted according to the width. And if you want to cover the complete container, okay, without cutting the aspect ratio, so now it will cover the complete container according to the height and width, but still some part of the image will be cutted down. But if you want to make it fill, okay, so we'll change it to the fill. Okay, so now our image is completely uncropped and it is completely inside the bounds of height and width of our particular container. So now if you want to add some border to your container as well, then here it provides us the border attribute. Okay, over here we will use border.all because we want to provide border to all the edges of our container, and here we have specified some color. Okay, so let's just make it black. Okay, and it also provides us the styling. So let us see what does the style attributes take. So it will take a border style widget. Okay, so the border style can be a solid line. Okay, so now if we want to provide some border radius to container border as well, so we can use the border radius attribute. We'll write border radius dot, here we'll take the circular one and provide some value like 20% of the radius and just hot reload it. So as you can see over here that we are having a border. Okay, you can see a thick line, not that much thick line, but it's a black border is visible and the radius are circular with a 20% radius. Okay, similarly if you increase the radius, then the more change in the container you will be able to see. Okay, and let's say if you want to increase the width of your border, then make it 5, and as you can see the more border is visible now. So that's all for this video. We have seen how we can use the container widget and its various attributes. In our next video we are going to explore the concept of rows and column widgets. So till then, keep practicing and keep fluttering.